My story, in essence, is about a time of uncertainty in my life, and about finding comfort during that time in a pretty unexpected place. So, I guess my story really begins when I was 16 years old, and I transferred from my home high school to the South Carolina Governor's School for the Arts and Humanities. This was a residential high school for the arts in downtown Greenville, so it was a lot different from the type of schools that I was used to. I didn't really recognize it at the time, but thinking back, it seems as if I were reliving my childhood in a way, because I was getting used to my new surroundings and searching for a place to provide comfort and safety for me. One day, while out walking in the city, I heard fragments of a song by the Smiths playing in an open doorway, and it was my natural curiosity to find the source of the music that caused me to stumble upon the Ocha Tea Bar. Now, my parents have been serving plain Lipton tea at nearly every meal in my house since infancy, but the menu in this newly discovered establishment was full of strange things that were foreign to me, and the restaurant itself was very interesting. It was a very small shop with floor-to-ceiling windows, and everything was painted white or green with orange accents to match the three-colored logo on the door. The wall behind the counter housed dozens of loose-leaf tea canisters and a large menu containing, among other things, the bar's large selection of bubble and milk teas. Local art hung in the corner, and pop music played softly from another. I immediately felt a sense of ease and relaxation about the place, as the only other customer reclined in one of the green-stained plush chairs while sipping from his cup of steaming coffee. Each table was adorned with a flower, each of which appeared to have been illegally cut from the city garden nearby. After the lady behind the counter noticed me staring blankly at the menu for a couple minutes, she offered to explain to me what the items were and help me decide on an orange-flavored green tea drink. I would later learn that the friendly lady's name was Mally Margeris, and that she was actually the owner and founder of the tea bar. From that point on, I began spending the majority of my free time at Ocha, either with friends or just on my own. In fact, one of my favorite parts about classes at Governor's School was that the teachers would release the class whenever the day's work had been completed, allowing me to spend even more time downtown. While the students in a normal high school class would have been to complete busy work until the allotted 90 minutes of class was up, we would be set free as soon as our 15-minute quiz was completed, free to study, or, in my case, to leave campus and enjoy bubble tea with friends. And this reminded me that, throughout my life, I feel like I've always been the type of person to find a special place to attach myself to, like a place that offers both entertainment and comfort, and that I can turn to no matter what the circumstances. When I was a small child, this place was a large tree in my front yard, and I would often be found there, reading or thinking or playing make-believe. I enjoyed it very much because it offered me a place to be alone if I wished, but it would also accommodate my friends when I wanted to play. I would move away at the age of 6, and the tree would be cut down by our house's new owners, but I'll always remember it as a constant in my ever-changing world. In a way, the tea bar became, like the tree from my childhood, offering me both an escape and a destination. I soon became good friends with Mally, and with many other regular patrons, and I also took a new interest in loose-leaf tea, which I still maintain. One of my favorite things about the Ocha Tea Bar was Trivial Pursuit nights, which Mally would host every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Though my friends and I never fared well in terms of answering trivia questions, I always loved being part of the experience. There was something special and remarkable about the gatherings, a feeling that I can barely even express in words. Trivial Pursuit brought people together from all walks of life, people who otherwise would likely never have met. Thinking back, I believe the conversation during those games was some of the most engaging and enjoyable of my entire life. Whether it was with Tasha Goldsmith, the 31-year-old computer programmer with a knack for sports questions and an affinity for reality TV, or the couple from the local Christian university who seemed to know everything about world history. It was so exciting to see so many different people find common ground and enjoy each other's company over such simple topics. Perhaps one reason that I enjoyed the game nights so much is that I was the youngest of the regular attendees, yet I was still able to contribute and feel that I had a place in the conversations. At Ocha, I did not feel like the teenage high school student that I was. I was like an equal among the people. On one occasion, a young Japanese woman on vacation in America walked into the shop, and after having a brief conversation with Mally, agreed to return that evening with homemade worksheets for an impromptu lesson at the bar. As it would turn out, Mally was very interested in Japanese culture and studied the language extensively in college. She even named her store Ocha because that's the Japanese word for tea. And while I did not actually remember much of what I learned during the Japanese lesson that night, other than basic greetings and that Oi Ocha means tea please, I still have my handmade worksheets and many fond memories of my friends trying desperately to pronounce Japanese syllables. I feel as though that night really demonstrated Ocha's power to bring people together, and I may never see or speak to Chuzuko again, but without that tea bar, I would have never met her to begin with. For 2 years, the Ocha tea bar served as my refuge and my sanctuary from the stress of school life. But just as I had to leave the tree from my childhood home, I'm now in college and do not know when or if I will be able to return to Ocha. However, I still make myself a few cups of tea every day, and I still talk with Mally as frequent as possible, and I was even inspired by my time at the tea bar to get a job at my campus coffee house, The What. I'll always remember Ocha as a home away from home, a welcoming place of comfort, friends, and in my opinion, the best tea anywhere.